What's happening this week in Warcraft? Hey, it's Soul, and you can help support the channel by liking this video, subscribing for real battle coverage, and catch me live where I'm streaming. It's a week of last opportunities as events end and we wrap up Season 2 of The War Within. If you're watching this video right when it came out, the Collector's Bounty and Goblin Emissary end very soon. Make sure you gather up and spend whatever shards you have on the Tier 2 Anniversary recolors, and maybe give yourself another few shots at the Inarius' Charger. As for Collector's Bounty, double check if you have any lockouts available to try and get any of those mounts at the higher drop rate, or at least blast through the Battle for Azeroth and Shadowlands raids and dungeons for raw gold. With the season ending after this week, consider knocking out whatever goals you might have set for yourself. We're talking about completing the Heroic or Mythic raid for the Feat of Strength, hitting your Gladiator and Mythic Dungeon milestones. On the Delve side of the game, we should expect Undercoin to be zeroed out after this patch. I suggest gathering up all your currencies to buy whatever cosmetics you haven't already earned. Some are wondering why Undercoin is going away again. In this case, there's a fairly good reason to farm it up during Season 3. A vendor will be available who sells champion level trinkets off the Delve loot table. I'll give more details in an upcoming guide, but Delves may prove to be a pretty lucrative source of gearing up alts early with a strong trinket selection, if it sims good, that is. I also suggest finishing up the overcharged Delve tree if you want the mount that comes at the end of it. It's not going to go away, but it'll be moved over to the Undercoin vendor after the season ends for a whopping 15,000 Undercoin. The difference between farming this up now and later is pretty considerable, so if you've got time, I'd turn my attention here. And maybe you can give the Underpin a shot or three before the season ends. Afterwards, the gold dirigible skin will be a low chance drop, which means later you can just try hard farm it until you get it. That also means we might be able to wait till the end of The Last Titan too, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. After this season ends, you will not need catalyst charges to turn gear into tier set pieces for Season 2, but you won't be able to upgrade them either. Those of us who do this aren't completely crazy, but one can kind of prep their gear pieces by upgrading them to certain levels before the patch, and then once the catalyst can be used on this gear, convert it. It can get kind of rough to organize, but add-ons like All the Things can help manage which gear can be converted. Speaking of organization, a very big bank change is happening in the patch where, for the most part, you and your alt are going to get a nice upgrade to overall bank space. And here's the short version. Your bank slots, reagent bank, and void storage will be smushed together into one giant thing similar to the war bank. There's a conversion process that's going to happen, so if you want to maximize your bag space, here's what you need. If a character is already level 80, all the bank slots are unlocked. Done deal. For characters that aren't level 80, what you want to do is unlock all 7 slots on your bank, the reagent bank and the void storage. That's going to cost about 300 or so gold, and after the patch you'll have a fully unlocked bank on that character. If you don't, or basically if you make a new character after the patch, fully unlocking the bank will cost up to 9,000 or so gold, which isn't so bad considering current bag prices, but hey, how about we help you save a bunch of gold by unlocking all of these now before the patch, so get right to it this week. I mentioned Valor Stones a little bit earlier. They're not going to be zeroed out after the patch as previously assumed, but they won't be tradable either. I suggest that while you still can, move them over to maybe your main character to give yourself a bit of a head start, but you don't necessarily have to give them the max limit either. There are factors to consider like your character's current gear level, running the campaign and side quests which give Valor Stones early on, and your overall level of self-control really. So it might be a good idea to balance your Valor Stones across your most frequently used characters, like, I don't know, 1,000 or 1,500 might be a good spot. It's also the last week of Turbulent Timeways, and we're circling back to Battle for Azeroth in this final week. Hopefully you got the Chrono Corsair mount by now, but if nothing else, you can still stack this with the Winds of Mysterious Fortune buff for some sweet alt leveling. If your Sundays are free too, the Darkmoon Fair will also be available to maximize your gains at the last second, and I'll remind folks next week just in case. And what else is happening this week? The Pet Battle bonus event is in play, and for US Realms, Super Squirt Day is happening this coming Wednesday. The final surge for the trading post is in place, so be sure to go through your tender box and buy and freeze the things you want, and stay tuned for the August preview. Deepwind Dunk is the brawl, and over in Mythic Plus World it's a fortified Tyrannical week, and the Xalatath Affix is probably Ascendant, with the tank-like thing that distracts you just in time for that one ability to go off and wipe you off the map. Good luck. With a bit of winding down this week, and especially with the upcoming bank changes, it's a good time to reorganize and tidy things up. Your bank alt will be that much more effective even without a guild bank, and you'll get a bit of time to breathe and hopefully sort through your freshly collected mounts and transmog. I really hope you all got what you were wanting most. That way we can show it off later in our houses. It's starting to really ramp up towards like this really super exciting time in World of Warcraft, and I can't wait to share it all with you. Please like this video, subscribe for more WoW coverage, catch me live, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.